Welcome to more Gran Turismo Sports Specialtatin. Today we're featuring Toyota GT86s around Tokyo Expressway Central Outer Loop. Yeah, this is a track y'all have seen a whole heck of a heap, and this is a car that kind of sort of everybody's overseeing on everyone's channel. Isn't everyone tired of these by now? I know I am. But anyway, positivity. Because this is positively going to be a good and challenging, kind of sort of weird race. Because one, I'll give something that I can't actually show here by saying it. I did this race the very first time it was offered. AKA in my region, that's 3 a.m. My region as in time zone, 3 a.m. But this region is America's region, and generally, when I do daily races A like this, the aliens don't really show up for America's region. I don't really know for others. But nonetheless, that's a thing, that's tourism. That's not really good or bad, but that's tourism. But, well, apparently at 3 a.m., in this particular circumstance, well, you just look for yourselves here, folks. Yeah, I think that's certified alien there. I think that's fair to say. Turismo Leicester has quite literally all of the 75,000 driver rating points. I will say that and move on. But anyway, that particular driver seems to be top 10 leaderboards on almost all of the events every day, no matter the car and track combination. Ain't necessarily first in all of them, though some of them he is. But it seems like that driver is one of the more consistently fast everything everywhere. I'm fast here with slower cars. That's about it, but well, we're here with slower cars, so I'll try my best, folks, but I ain't promising anything like a victory. And I'll say this too, that driver again has perfect driver rating points, but I guarantee if I lose this race, my driver rating will still go down, because that's just how it is. Again, I'm not caring as much about the driver rating points, which put me from when I started that, I was 70,000-ish, and now I'm like 66,000-ish. So not that big of a drop in the grand scheme of things, especially when I can just reset it again. But, saying that, this race I have the best chance to gain driver rating, and I know that without even really having to think about it, because it's pretty obvious. That driver has more. If I beat the driver with more, I'm going to get more, but I have to beat the driver with more to get any. It's sort of kind of sad, but, I mean, I guess that driver's going to lose that much more, though, if that driver loses, so whatever. It ain't a win-win situation just because it's first and second. I get that, but still. Maybe in my circumstance, it shouldn't necessarily be a loss of driver rating points if I finish second to someone with quite literally perfect driver rating points. That, to me, makes sense. When I say that, I'm in the lead, so I'll be quiet for now and focus on the second place driver who's second to me. Yeah, I mean, the leaderboards don't lie. Yeah, I never really thought I'd be saying that, but well, yeah, that's true, right yonder. It's probably the only track where that can happen, but well, that's happening, so I'll definitely take it. That driver's gonna have a whole heck of a heap of a run, though, so yeah. Let's put it in cinematic camera and hope for the best. If it's gonna be a wreck, at least it looks pretty with the cinematic camera. We both know what we're doing in theory, but again, it's also 3 a.m., so we don't have that much practice because this is the first time around, and it's 3 a.m., so I guarantee I'm tired because, like, well, I know I was, and that driver's actually didn't make the pass yet. That's surprising. That driver is definitely confident in abilities, because I would have tried to pass the first time I had the shot against a driver that good. That driver actually waited, and it probably ended up for the better there. Because now it's actually not a straightaway situation, so I can't gain tons unless that driver messes up. Again, that driver definitely knows what he's doing, but 3 a.m., I don't think anybody's necessarily perfect. I mean, again, I don't know that driver's exact region as in time zone. But, well, in America's region, I'm pretty sure 3 a.m. for me spans between midnight and 3 a.m. I think that's it. Midnight still ain't necessarily early. I don't know which actually makes a bigger thing for me, the not having as much practice here because this is the first time around, or it's basically right before I go to sleep. It's summer, so I can kind of choose my sleeping schedule a bit, so that helps some, but I don't know, both are kinda not the best, but this is what I have, and what I have is still good enough to stay where I started. But at one point I was actually higher, so it's still overall like to get there. And I slowed down there to begin with just to let the pass done, so now I need to start making my move again. And it's looking like I might be able to do that. I'm reeling in via draft quite a bit. Draft is still pretty overpowered, but I guess if both the drivers know what they're doing, it's pretty good. Jiminy Cricket. I just made an entire pass on a straightaway in a slow car like this. On arguably the most consistent driver there is. I'll leave best to the arguments in the comments section, but I mean, this driver is pretty cotton picking consistent. Just look at the leaderboards. That driver is going to be up there, and probably about all of them. Up there where? Well, it kind of depends on the who else is there, but up there is a tourism. And as of now, I'm as up there as you can get in the race. For now, well, hey, and that driver definitely confident in their own abilities, and fair to be, because I would have probably tried to make a pass there, being that close, and that driver's just waiting. We'll see what ends up working at the end, but I mean, that driver definitely knows what he's doing, and I do to an extent, but I also know that I don't know what I'm doing as good as that driver, but I also do know that draft can equalize that and then some, so I know that I ain't necessarily as good of an overall driver, but I do know tactics in which can kind of unfairly get me there. It's cleanly unfairly, but still, that driver's using draft there. It's lap 4. I do the same thing on lap 5, and then maybe, just maybe, the driver is currently passing me when I'll have time to do this on lap 5, but I might. Actually, as the rhythm's going, I got the pass done on lap 1, that driver got the pass done on lap 2, I got the pass done on lap 3, that driver just got the pass done on lap 4. Y'all may have figured out what that means for lap 5, so I can't really complain, can I? I'm as good of a situation as I thought I would be, honestly. Maybe even slightly better to an extent, because third is nowhere to be found. If we mess up, maybe, but if both of us continue at the pace that we've gone so far, we're good. And that's honestly to be expected, really. I mean, again, I ain't ever gonna get to 75,000 driver rating points, but I think if every race ever was held here, I'd probably be at 75,000. I think that's fair enough to say. But nonetheless, at this point, it doesn't matter driver rating. At this point, it just matters who can utilize the draft the best. I actually don't really like the situation I'm in here, because I'm already kind of close, so I don't have that much draft, and I can't actually see the apex of that turn. Yeah, this course is kind of a catch-22. I'm actually good racing here. This is probably my overall fastest course, and I'm generally better with applying than avoiding pressure, but this course is narrower than quite a few, so I couldn't actually see the apex of that turn going into it, so it was kind of hard to judge with not much practice and tired and all that. So yeah, now I'm going to have to pretty much be absolutely perfect, or that front driver has to make a mistake to have any chance. Granted, I still have a very slight bit of draft, and the more I get close, the more draft I'll have, so I ain't completely out of it, but I have to be absolutely perfect, which is almost impossible, or that driver has to make a mistake, which is almost impossible. So, yeah. I'm still trying, though. I ain't failing, though. I mean, I'm catching up. Barely. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna quite get there. Well, at least I tried. It was a good race all around. I was able to keep well far third, so I was able to keep on battling. I actually got some passes done at points, so I can't really complain all that much. So, definitely good driving there by the obvious LN, and I didn't really figure I'd win, but at least I had points in where it looked like I'm... Jiminy Cricket! I'm right, the cotton picking there. Well, I got a lot closer than I thought it would be, that's for sure, folks. There was no way I was really going to make that pass done, but whatever. It looked cool. I got close. And that's most definitely worth a yeehaw.